Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now. So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject som kere konsolata konsolferino. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Welcome to Wanna Bet.
Yo. I don't know. It took a minute for it to show up on Twitter.
That was on me.
Oh, no worries, dude. Sorry, I'm just making sure that is out. Hey, thanks for tuning in. I'm Jason. That's Ben. That's the clock. And I think it's only apropos we show Sean K's lobster. Not a 3 lobster day, but a good day so far. We're coming to you on Wednesday night or Tuesday night. Our Wednesday morning is going to be all screwy. Gigi's pissed off about something. And it was just easier for us, especially with a 6:40 hockey game, to get you guys some plays, all of our plays. Now, you got to be able to shuck and jive and move and groove. Tuesday went pretty well. Could have used one more goal in Dortmund, but did solid in Champions League. Got the Gayassi goal right away. Again, really surprised we didn't get a third goal in that Atalanta. That Atalanta didn't score at all. Trying to think what the hell else happened today, Beltway Ben. Oh, Sweden hockey, another plus money winner. Real Madrid money line plus money winner. The parlay didn't hit because we didn't get the BTTS in Dortmund. College basketball off to a good start. The over hit in the UMass game. We need Air Force to collapse here. And Amani Hansborough from Mount St. Joe, who I saw play quite a bit in high school. I'm guessing you probably did as well, Beltway Ben. He's been tough on our Miami Hurricanes as part of that parlay. So we'll see if Miami can win. We've got college hoop going on. I know, Beltway Ben, you were off to a scorcher. We will get all the numbers updated for everybody when we're back at our regular time on Thursday. And Thursday might be a little early too, depending on if I have that Zoom I was talking about, Ben. But Tuesday, pretty good for you?
Yeah, it's been perfect so far. We'll see how the second half of the Michigan State game goes, but regardless, it's going to be a profitable night. There's a chance that you have to write media on your hands.
There's a chance Meaty's coming out.
Miami, if they're the ones to screw us. But if that parlay cashes, it will be a stellar night. So hopefully we can keep it rolling.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's get to our plays. I didn't see any emails. I don't know if there was anything in the comments. The comments were kind of going on during the show earlier today. So I think we addressed a lot of that in real time. Buzz Osborne, if you're watching, I got a hoodie for you. I'll come up with a hoodie for you. I got to get Mark Fine. There we go. Buzz, my guy. We got to get, I get Mark Feinstein his hoodie. All right, Beltway Ben. Let's go back to we are the champions. We will start with another one of our Bundesliga favorites, Bayer Leverkusen. They're going to Olympiacos in Greece. We think there's 3 goals at least in this match, Beltway Ben, and we like Leverkusen to do the double. So to get a winner draw in Greece, I know it's not easy. I know they lost 2-0 at Olympiacos a few weeks ago in the first round of Champions League play. But at plus 200, we like this quite a bit. Bayern came out of the winter break in Germany scorching. They've scored 2 goals or more in 5 of their last games. They've scored 2 goals or more. Scored 3 goals or more in 2 of their last 3 on the road in Die Bundesliga. Olympiacos allowed 14 goals in 8 Champions League games to this point. PSV Eindhoven scored on them at home. A lot of people kind of fancy the Greek side here. I think there's going to be a little bit more pressure on them than normal. Bayer are not afraid to concede while attempting to score. Would it shock us if both teams scored twice in this game. It wouldn't. And we think Leverkusen is the classier side. Leverkusen's in really good attacking form. And so we like over 2.5 and a Leverkusen double plus 200. We also like both teams to score in the Newcastle-Karabakh match. Look, Karabakh have been kind of the story of the Champions League. Aside from Azerbaijan, I didn't expect much out of them. But they've been good for a goal, and they've been good to give one up at home. You look at them at home in the Champions League, 3-2, 2-4, 2-2, 2-0, 2-3, 5-1, 1-0. That goes back to qualifying. But there's been a lot of goals in their home matches. Look, Newcastle, I'm sure they just want to keep this close, right? And then try to win the tie back at St. James Park. They're not a great attacking side, but, I mean, they should be able to get one on Karabakh here. Much like I told you earlier today, Galatasaray was a real live home dog for me. Karabakh is not quite as live as Galatasaray turned out to be, and as I thought they would be, but they are live here. But more than anything else, we think they get one on Newcastle. We think they might get it early. And we think Newcastle's good for at least one. So BTTS minus 115.
First down, we are going to play an over the Arkansas-Alabama over 181.5 minus 108. This is a massive number, one of the bigger numbers you'll see in all of college basketball all season. We have NBA games.
That's a bodacious number there.
We've seen NBA games go under this total. It's crazy to see a number this big in college basketball, but it's what happens when you get Nate Oates-led Alabama squad who don't really care about defense and only want to score and play NBA offense, and Calipari, who I've always kind of liked Calipari because, again, guys who go there, their ultimate goal is to go to the NBA. And again, winning means a lot. I'm one of those people who puts winning first. But Calipari does best for his guys, and his guys always go to the NBA, and they play in an NBA type of offense every single year. It's a more one-on-one stuff. It's go get your bucket, and that's what they're doing again this season at Arkansas. A lot of offense, not a lot of defense, high pace. I talk about it all the time with these teams and totals when we get numbers. Sometimes I'll take totals where I need one team to play at the other's pace. Right here, we don't need that. We need both teams to play at their normal pace. Now, the issue is it's not 159.5. It's not 165.5. It's not even in the 170s. 181. We basically need both teams to score 90-plus points, and it's a risk. But I'm willing to take it at minus 108 because, again, for me, with these two coaches, a number this big scares everybody away. You're going to have a lot of people trying to climb to the under. But I don't think – I think this is going to be a lot of scoring here. So give me Arkansas, Alabama over 181.5 and minus 108. Again, like we could go back. Alabama's had a number of games go over this total. But it's hard to look at a 181.5 number and be like, well, this has happened in 5 of their last 6. Like, no, you can look at numbers and be like, well, it's not happening much. I understand that. But styles make fights. And here I think we'll get that. Alabama, Arkansas over 181.5 minus 108.
Excellent. Second down for me, I'm going to an over. Tulsa, we laid off them a little bit because they did have a stretch where they had 3 straight unders, but they've been a dead over team most of the season. They're hosting Charlotte. We're going over the 148.5, just your standard minus 110. These teams met earlier this season because, it's conference play. That total was 146.5 at Charlotte. The game produced 160 total points. As I mentioned, Tulsa did have a stretch with 3 straight unders. They bounced back, though. We're over in their last game. We're talking about a Golden Hurricane team, number 1 scoring offense in the conference. Charlotte, 3rd highest. Neither team great on defense. Charlotte, 11th in the conference in defense. Tulsa is 9th. Charlotte, 6-2-1 to the over their last 9 games. Tulsa is 6-3-1 to the over this season at home. Another game where we think both teams. Look, I think Tulsa's scoring over 80 here. I think they're getting back on the good foot. And frankly, we think Charlotte's good for closer to 75 than 70 points. So we think this game's honestly played in the mid-150s. We're on the over.
I'm going to play a college baseball, and I don't like playing juice in college baseball, to be quite honest with you. I don't like playing juice in baseball much at all outside of props because anybody can beat anyone on any given day in this sport. Now here, I'm going to take a risk. Kansas on the money line at minus 160. 2-1 start to the year. A matchup with Lamar, who, like, they haven't really played anybody yet. And when they have, but their first series was against nobody. All of a sudden, they come out yesterday and get absolutely curb stomped by a team who was far better than them in competition, and you have it here again in Kansas. There was a lot of hype around this Kansas team coming into the year, right? A Big 12 conference, it's always solid in baseball. They were tied for 5th in coaches poll, and I've talked about it, giving out bets time and time again on here, where I value coaches poll a lot, just because to me, it's what some of these guys were evaluating these teams a little bit more than we are know and what they think. And when you have a lot of teams vote a team like Kansas, who's been up and down, quite honestly, Kansas has been more of a, they get guys ready to play at even bigger schools. Like they can't keep some of these guys who were going to end up going to the Arkansas, Vanderbilts, and stuff like that. Just Kansas is a basketball school. We all know that. They tried to take a step forward in football, but it's not really there. I do think they're going to win this game here. Again, I don't love paying a lot of juice, and quite honestly, if you're not watching this here Tuesday night with us and you watch it Wednesday morning, it might be minus 175. Don't play it there. I'm giving out a minus 160. That's the best I would play it at here.
Excellent. Hop, Zeit! How many lobsters you think Ben McDonald could hold in his hand? How many stuff that? Have you ever seen him hold like the 9 baseballs at once?
Yes.
I wonder how many of these lobsters Big Ben could hold in his hand at once.
It's a good question.
That's a good question, don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
That's one we could actually get to the bottom of. I hope I paused for 4 seconds. I hope you enjoyed your commercial. Oh, speaking of commercials, Beltway Ben, we talked about the Scatino's hoagies. Sounds like Beltway Ben's getting a weekly Scatino's hoagie.
Well, we
forgot to address that Tuesday, didn't we?
Yes, I did.
It's still Tuesday, but
shout out to Rob. Rob, appreciate your message. I don't want to bother him too much, but weekly or every other week, and I'm still going to give them business. I mean, I've been going there my whole life. But shout out to Rob, loyal listener. Again, shout out to Scatino's. They have 2 now. If you're not in Catonsville, you can go to the one in Towson. But if you're in Catonsville, like me, or close to Catonsville. I
don't know if I technically call that Towson, but okay.
Oh, is it not? That's what they call it.
Really?
Yeah. Pretty sure. 1 second.
I mean, it feels like it's more Mount Washington-ish to me. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'd be surprised if that's technically Towson, but okay. Falls Road. I think it's Baltimore, dude. It is.
It's 1,000% Baltimore, but I'm pretty sure I read that they called it Towson.
Yeah, they might, but it's not that.
No, I know it's Baltimore because I know from when I started going there for work, I was like, oh, it's right near Towson, but it's technically Baltimore.
Yeah. It's a good spot. It's definitely the best sub place on that chunk of Falls Road. And there's one on Falls Road that's been there forever. But Scatino's is better.
Forever.
Third down, Beltway Ben. Let's go to the Patriot League where we like backing Navy and we like fading Army. And that's what we're doing. Laying the 9.5, Navy hosting Lehigh. Navy closing in on a Patriot League championship. They went to Colgate like we told you they would over the weekend. Beat those guys for the first time since 2019. They're playing great, and they are an absolute wagon at home. They've covered 8 straight. 7 of those. Nice. There you go. That's right. Beltway Ben was there. I was just at Radio Row. They've covered 8 straight. They've covered 7 of those 8 by multiple possessions. Navy's covered 6 in a row at home. They've covered those games by 4, 6.5, 18.5, 8, 17.5, and 12.5. Lehigh, 1-3 against the spread. Their last 4 on the road. Navy at home for the season, 7-3 against the spread. Average margin of victory, 17.6 points. Average cover margin, 7.4 points. Navy's the number 1 offense and defense in the Patriot League. Lehigh is a middling operation. And then Army going to Loyola right down the road on Charles Street. We've been talking about schools on Charles Street a lot lately. We talked about Loyola lacrosse. This is Loyola, Maryland basketball, laying 5, hosting Army. Army's broken, man. Like, they're really bad. I don't even know really where to start here. Army lost the first meeting at home to Loyola, 84-76. It did go overtime. Army's 8th in the Patriot League in scoring offense. They're last in scoring defense. They're really bad on the road. Loyola's covered 5 of their last 7. They're making a little bit of a pre-tournament run. Army's lost 5 straight on the road by at least 7 points. And I can't read my own handwriting here, Beltway Ben. Yeah. -12, -17, -3, -14, -11, -7, -9, -8, and -7. I think that's Army's losses. Yeah, they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight. And they've lost 8 of those 9 by 7 points or more. So we think they're good for a 6-point loss here.
Was that the local third down there? So look like to me, Navy and Noyola, the local third down. That's what,
Yeah.
Yes. The local third down.
Well, and Patriot League, and
Yeah.
we again fading Army, riding Navy.
Yeah, but Loyola and Navy, I just thought it was interesting. It was
Dance with the ones that brought you.
Yeah, I agree.
New Mexico has opened it up to 17 on on Air Force. I was waiting for like the, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, there's no way that this is going to be less than 10 points at the half. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, well, Sparty is running it up and having success scoring. By the way, real quick before I get to this play, please, I beg all of you, if you want a good laugh tonight, if you're in a bad mood, if you're upset, watch the UCLA post-game presser. This one is going to be one of the better ones of the season. He'll blame the refs. He'll blame the players, not the coach, but he'll blame the refs, the players, probably the crowd a little bit. But he does respect Izzo enough, so I don't think he'll take a shot too much at Michigan State. I think it'll be more he recruited the sorriest people ever and he pays the sorriest players ever. But it will be a very, very good post-game presser if you guys are looking forward to watching something here in 10:30. But for me, third down, I'm going to play Troy -15.5. Because we're doing this at 9:53 Eastern time, I don't have a team total. I am going to tell you guys I'm on Troy's team total over when it comes out, as soon as it comes out, and I'm going to bet it early. Probably at some point tonight, maybe a little early in the morning, but I think the number will rise throughout the day because you got a matchup here with one of the worst teams in college basketball, Louisiana Monroe. And it's not the SWAC or the MEAC where you can attack points all the time, and some of it is because they played Duke at Duke early in the year and gave up 117. Like, no, this Louisiana Monroe team has sucked in that conference, in the Sun Belt. It's just nothing is going well for them. They're 360th in defense out of 365 teams, which is, utterly pathetic. They're not very good in offense either. They try to play at a fast pace. Troy should be able to run them out of the gym. I'm very high on this Troy team. I still do think they're a top 2 team in this conference. They haven't been as great lately, but I do think they'll get right here. I think they'll be able to run this team off the court. I hate laying points on the road in college basketball. I talk about it all the time, but I'm willing to do it here with the Louisiana team that's just Louisiana Monroe, team that's pathetic. So give me Troy -15.5, -110. And their team total whenever it populates tomorrow.
Right. Excellent. Fourth down. We'll start with 4th and short. We're going to the Arctic Circle, Beltway Ben. We are going to Norway, where Bodo Glimt have been certainly one of the stories of the Champions League, getting this far, doing it in pretty impressive fashion. They host Inter Milan. Look, this is how we're playing this as a 4th and short play. It could also qualify as 4th and weird because, again, the match is being played on artificial turf in the Arctic Circle. Bodo Glimt first half double. So Bodo Glimt to lead or be tied at the half. Both teams to score, no, +125. Like, I've thought about just playing this 0-0, but it's at +275. I feel like it should be better than that. I'm hoping it's something like 1-0 Bodo Glimt. Either way, this is a tough spot for Inter. They keep plowing the field because it's a blizzard. Inter's been like snowed in. Their team boss hasn't been able to get to the hotel. They're in Norway in the middle of the winter on a fake field. Last year in the Europa League, like Bodo Glimt, their season has ended for months. They've just been training. It didn't stop them in the Europa League this time last year. So I think the extra time off is actually going to work in their favor. Inter's going to need time to get used to the cold. They're going to need time to get used to the fake pitch. Bodo Glimt's been really good at home. There have not been a lot of first half goals in their games whatsoever, and they haven't been conceding at home. How about Inter? They've got one first half goal in their last 4 Champions League games. They are the more talented side, but Bodo Glimt, like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Bodo Glimt advanced. If you want to get cute, look at the money on Bodo Glimt to advance from this tie. I think it's going to be tough. I think Bodo Glimt's got a chance to win this 2-1, something like that, and have a whole lot of pressure on Inter going back to Milan. And then a 4th and long, because this is a bit of a long shot, but I like it. It's a hockey parlay. Our guy Leon Draisaitl to score for Germany tomorrow morning at 6:10 a.m. when that match kicks off or tips off or puck drops. We like Slavkovsky of Slovakia to score in that match as well. And then our guy Nathan McKinnon to have at least 2 points for Canada. So it's 2 anytime goal scorers and McKinnon 2 or more points plus 697 at DraftKings. Draisaitl did not get us the second goal today, but he scored. He's great on the power play. He's a perennial 50-goal scorer in the NHL, and he's going against a Slovakian team that's given up a lot of goals. Likewise, Germany, not a world-class defense. Slavkovsky's been a revelation. He was the first pick overall in the 2022 draft. He's had a really nice season for the Montreal Canadiens. He's a power forward. He drives to the net. He creates for himself. He can also score from distance. He has 10 goals in 10 career Olympic games, and I think he's going to score a goal in Germany again. Not a great keeper, not a great defense. And then McKinnon in a do-or-die game for Canada. Centers their first power play unit, centers their first line. McDavid, I mean, he plays with some ridiculous talent. 2 points, to me, is not that big of an ask. He's been good for it quite a bit in the Olympics.
For me, it's going to be 4th and long. I didn't know when I was going to do it, but when there aren't many first half lines out and the NBA's not here, I decided to do it here. And again, the value's not great. If you want to wait, I don't know how much this line's going to change. I know some places right now, they're minus 115, they're a favorite, but you can still find them at plus 105 if you shop around. Team USA to win the World Baseball Classic plus 105. I don't care much about the Olympics. I watch the World Cup occasionally, but I'm not a big soccer guy. The Four Nations, that was pretty cool, but I'm not a big hockey guy. Like, I don't know. I do like watching people compete for their country. Baseball, World Baseball Classic, every 4 years, I get pretty hyped for it. It always excites me. Being in college with a lot of guys who are Dominican and Puerto Rican and watching games with them, it just like, and the rivalry and arguing and talking trash was always so fun. But I just enjoyed the World Baseball Classic. And I'm pretty excited for this year because the U.S. finally got guys to buy in on the pitching staff. They would get the hitters. Yeah. That wasn't an issue, but they would kind of build their, rotation and bullpen out of 3s and 4s and journeymen and guys like that because, and I understand it, you don't want to stretch things now. And Boris is not all for his guys playing in this, especially his pitchers, but Skubal said he was going to play. Skeens said he was going to play, and that immediately gives you the best 1-2 punch in World Baseball Classic history. Those 2 guys are playing, and it's not just them. The bullpen is stacked. They bring a lot of good things in there. And then you look at the offense, like there's a chance Gunnar Henderson is a reserve. I don't think he should be. I don't think he will be. I think it would make more sense move Bregman to second base, put Gunnar at third. But right now, people are saying Bregman's sticking at third. I don't think that should be what they do. Regardless, their lineup's stacked. Judge said he's going to play this year. He's in, which is exciting. Corbin Carroll not being there sucks, but listen,
damn it.
I don't like, for most prospects, I'm more of a, you got to show me the big leagues more than not for me to believe in you. Anthony's a stud. I saw enough. That kid is a dog.
Roman Anthony? Yeah, he's the real deal.
And that's the replacement for Corbin Carroll. And supposedly D-Row told him, be ready to play left field. We're going to need you. So I'm comfortable with him being in the box. I mean, that kid is a stud. We saw it time and time again. This lineup stacked. Byron Buxton finally had a fully healthy year. We know what the hype is with him. I don't know. I just think this team is too stacked. The catching, you have Will Smith coming off the bench with the best catcher in baseball and Cal Riley. Like, I don't know. This is the best baseball team ever put together. Now, you can argue Dominican is the second, the DR this year is the second best team ever put together. But I just don't trust their arms compared to the U.S. And then Puerto Rico, it's so unfortunate, and I'm going to talk about another day what was done to them. The insurance isn't as much. That's just kind of unlucky with how the World Baseball Classic is. But the marijuana thing with Javi Baez, I mean, it's 2026. What the hell are we doing? We're gonna handcuff them like that. So that's unfortunate. But then Japan, that's the other comp for the U.S. And it's like Otani's not pitching, and Japan has guys from the NPB who are special, who do things well, who buy into what they do. But I still think the U.S. is just a little bit better with the pitching that they brought in this year. Some of the best relievers in baseball, some of the best starters. It's the first time in a while. And they also, you're not getting 6 innings from guys, but if you can stack 4 from Skubal with a bunch of other guys eating a few innings here and there, I think they'll be just fine. I think they're going to run through this and win it all.
I don't know what's going on with Gigi. Usually she's asleep upstairs with Lauren by now. What the hell's wrong with the jaws? Yeah, that should be a fun tournament, man. I am fired up for it. Overtime, a couple of parlays here. We'll go back to the Champions League. We've covered a lot of these matches. Olympiacos and Leverkusen, both teams to score. Bodo Glint, double for the match, not the first half. Them to win or draw that match. And then over 1.5 total goals in the Newcastle Karabag match. Those 3 things combined plus 310 at Bet 365. So again, BTTS and an Olympiacos match. Over 1.5 in Newcastle Karabag and Bodo Glint double. And then a college basketball parlay. Loyola and Navy, we covered those games. We like them both on the money line. We're willing to lay points with them both. And then Fordham's playing Loyola Chicago. Loyola Chicago is a team we talk about quite a bit here. They've lost 11 of their last 12. They're not very good at much. Fordham's won 4 of their last 6. We think Fordham can win this game. Plus 111 at Bet 365.
For me, overtime parlay, just a few college basketball teams. Again, Wednesday's slate this year, I'm going to be honest with you, just with doing it for the Hoops HQ, Power 4 and Power 5 has not been what it once was. Like Wednesdays used to be the day. Tuesdays have been far better. Thursdays have even been better. Wednesdays just haven't been great. But here, we do have a college basketball parlay that we are going to give out. Georgetown, Northern Iowa, and Tennessee on the money line. Georgetown, listen, it's been an ugly year. Ed Cooley, that project is a failure. He was better off at Providence. He had them playing much better basketball. Kim English just turned that team into a pure joke. I checked to Kim English. I know he's from the area, but he is completely that's not a good situation going on there. But Georgetown should be able to beat Butler. It's a home game. Butler hasn't been great this year. They're a pretty tough situation there for Mata. I think Georgetown gets the job done. Northern Iowa, I was higher on them than a lot of people, and that kind of bit me because they haven't been very good. But here they're matching up with an Indiana State team that was awesome years ago, but it's not what it is. You have coaches leave, things like that. Like they've been in a pretty tough spot, and even on the road, I think Northern Iowa gets right. And then Tennessee, facing Oklahoma, who we were on Saturday. Tennessee needs a win here pretty badly. You're at Knoxville. You know that crowd will be into it. They're still a respected team. They're still a tournament team, but you got to start getting things right at home. I think they'll do just that. So give me Georgetown, Northern Iowa, and Tennessee on the money line at plus 116.
Excellent. That's the show. We appreciate you guys tuning in. You're going to be without us for a little bit because this is Wednesday show. Thursday, I may have a Zoom at 11, in which case we'll be a little earlier at 10 or something like that, but it should be 10 or 11, so pretty close to normal time. Oh, yeah, he's got another basketball game Sunday, Ben. I think he's got to be there at 9. I think the game is 9:30 to 10:30. So I don't know how you want to handle that.
We'll figure it out. If you want good news, Miami's got it tied with 12 seconds left. So
yeah, my problem, my parlay is going to be cooked because Wisconsin's getting throttled. I mean, maybe they can come back. I doubt it.
Too late. Yeah. Well, Kurtang's hitting threes from Michigan State, so I mean, you can't make this up.
What was that total?
140. Yeah, 139.5 is what I got it at.
I mean, you're still kind of alive.
No, 140. I do have 140. You're right.
You're alive. Yeah, I thought it was 140.
I'm going to need some muck it up, but I don't think I'll get that. Kurt Tang's hitting threes. I'm in trouble. Oh, the live number's 137.5.
Yeah.
That walk-on comes in and hits a three. That walk-on would be dead to me.
Hoops HQ. I should have just given out the 27.5 with frickin' New Mexico. They're going to beat them by 40 again. Air Force is god-awful. So that's the show. We will be back on Thursday. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll have all the numbers updated then. And who knows what my hair will look like. There you go. It's value added right there. Maybe by then we'll know how many lobsters Ben McDonald can hold in his hand at once.
Possibly.
I wonder how many live lobsters he could hold. You know, like if you put the things on their claws so they can't get you. You know what I mean? You wrap those things around their claws.
He might have
I'd like
tested
to
that
see
out.
how many live lobsters he could hold.
He might have tested that out. I wouldn't rule that out.
You think at some point in his life? He probably knows crawfish.
Yeah.
Probably knows how many crawfish
True.
he could hold.
True. You never know.
Down on the bayou.
He's different. He is different.
Down on the bayou. All right, Beltway Ben. Thanks for rolling with me here. Have fun at the press conferences tomorrow. And we'll see you guys Thursday.